Hey everybody, VSG Joe here, coming to you with my Week 11 VSG post-op update. Gonna go ahead and get into the stats, talk a little bit about my week, how things are going. So for those of you who are new to the channel, my heavy weight starting out was 284 pounds. My surgery weight was 270 pounds, and as of this morning, I'm down to 230.6 pounds. So doing pretty well. That's 53.4 pounds since I started the journey. It is 39.4 pounds since I had surgery, and down 2 pounds since last week. So doing very good. As far as 2 pound loss, happy with that. Last week I did not do any exercise at all. Last Monday, I actually, before I recorded my last video, I actually got the big snip, so I was not allowed to do any running, walking, physical activity of any kind until this week. I picked back up. Yesterday, I actually went on my walk at work, so I got in a mile and a half, give or take. And so that helped out, I hope, for this week. Hopefully we'll put up a 3. Not going to be upset about a 2 though, so I'll take it. Especially when you watch people and they maintain for weeks at a time. I really haven't had that issue, thankfully. There have been weeks where I've only lost a pound or a little over a pound, something like that. But I'm very thankful that I put up 2 pounds or 3 pounds pretty consistently. So we'll shoot and try to do a little bit more. I did go down. I know I talked a little bit last week, I think it was, about getting a new fitness center in the building. I went down there to take a look, see what was there, and lo and behold, my badge did not open the door, even though the lady told me I was good to go. So I will have to email her back and say, hey, I don't have access. You said I had access, and now I get to blame you for not losing any weight. And she's not going to care because she's not carrying the weight around, but still, it make me feel better to blame somebody else, right? But I'll have to get back with her and try to get in there. From my understanding is there are free weights. There's like a recumbent bike in there, some other things that are scattered about as far as exercise equipment. So I'm kind of curious to see. The one thing I did notice is there's no windows or anything where that fitness center is. It's kind of in the middle of a building. Looks like it may have been like an old electrical closet or something like that. So we'll have to see, what it's like down there. But if I'm just down there for 30 minutes and throwing up some weights, I don't think it's really a big deal. But I'm not going to do a prolonged workout, down there in essentially a closet. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens there. But I'll let you guys know next week if I ever do actually make it into the fitness center. We'll see. But yeah, so last week, no walking, no lifting of any kind. I'm doing fine as far as, there's not really pain or anything like that. It was just, precautionary. You can't lift, you can't do anything. So doctor's orders on that. As far as other things going on, so non-scale victories. So I had one that was kind of and kind of not this week. So actually just today, I had a lady ask, she was like, how much, weight have you lost? And I told her, I was like, well, since July, I've lost about 53 pounds. And she was like, oh, that's amazing. And she's like, really, and I told her I was down to 230 pounds. And she said, really, you didn't look like you were that big. You didn't look like you were that heavy. You carried it very well. Which I think is the equivalent of telling an overweight woman that she has a pretty face. It's like, well, I carried it. What does that mean? It's kind of a non-compliment, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure she meant well. She didn't offend me or anything, but it was just funny hearing her say that to me, because it's something that I hear a lot, which, I told someone, people that have lost 50 pounds, and they're all like, oh, well, you didn't look that big and this, that, and the other. And, maybe I didn't, and maybe it's, some combination of them being nice, stuff like that. Who knows? But it's just kind of funny hearing stuff like that, because it's like, well, I was still almost 300 pounds when I started this, and I'm still pretty overweight, so I'm still in the obese category, hanging on to that 35 BMI for a little bit longer, I guess. But we're trekking down. Pretty soon I think I'm going to hit the just overweight category. Maybe another 10 or 15 pounds. I forget where the split was on that, but it's just funny hearing people talk when, you've told them you've lost this much weight, and they're like, oh, you weren't that big, and, this, that, and the other. So I just thought that was kind of funny, but at least people are starting to notice, after 50 pounds, I've lost some weight. Other non-scale victories, taking a look at my notes here, guys. That's why I'm always looking down and looking around here. But taking a look at that, or other non-scale victories, I should say, clothes are beginning to become a problem. Actually, it's been a problem for a little bit now, but now it's getting a little worse. The biggest thing that I'm looking at now is my wife and I, we went shopping. We were at Sam's Club and we got this. It's I think it's like Free Camp or something like that, or Free Country. I don't remember the brand, but essentially it's a North Face jacket for about $100 cheaper than what a North Face jacket costs. It has a nice weather resistant, wind resistant outside, and then the fleece inside is a pretty warm jacket. But I was wearing a 2X North Face jacket. These fit kind of the same way. By the time we bought this, which was probably a month ago, maybe a little bit more, I put on the extra large. It actually fit well, and my wife's like, "Well, you need to get the large." And so, wife said, "I need to get the large." You get the large, guys. If you learn anything, yes is your. Then if it's wrong, you just, hey, no big deal. Let me return this for you. It saves you a lot of trouble. But she told me I needed to get the large, and like most things in life, she was right about it. So I put on the large the other day, just kind of seeing where it was, because the other day we woke up, it was the first time we had actually hit into the 50s or high 50s, low 60s where I live. And it actually fit, and didn't fit snug like it did in the store. In the store, it looked like it was just a jacket eating me, like a snake eats something too big, and it's just big bloated snake. That's what the jacket looked like. Put it on this time, and it just fit. And that's concerning because I probably won't wear the jacket for another 3 weeks to a month. So if I lose another 10, 15 pounds in that time, it may be a bit big on me. So we'll see. Especially by the time December, January, February roll around, it's going to be real interesting to see how that jacket actually fits afterwards. But more than that, and that's a large. I'm still wearing 2X t-shirts for the most part. I have gotten a couple of extra large ones. Unfortunately, their time through the washer has kind of warped how they fit. So even the extra large, even though it fits, like the sleeves are up high and some other crap, just because they were cheap shirts when I bought them, and they just shrank. So we're definitely going to have to do some shopping soon. I think I'm an extra large shirt. Maybe I'm a large shirt. We'll see. But definitely, like, my 2X shirts are starting to look like nightgowns, so that's a problem. I still have all size 42 pants. I haven't bought any different pants. And that is becoming a problem as well, because I've now noticed that I no longer unbutton my pants or unzip my pants to put them on or take them off. I just slide them up and down like they're sweatpants, which is a problem because they're dress pants and they shouldn't fit like that at all. But my wife made the comment the other day, I had my belt on, I had it cinched up, and my pants just look like they're hanging from the belt loops, because they're just so big on me. Everything is baggy, and my wallet and my phones that I carry, they just kind of swing around in my pocket. So when I'm walking, it just looks like a tail is wagging inside my pocket or something. So that's something we're going to have to address pretty soon. I'm trying to hold off. That way I can get all my relatives to buy me stuff for Christmas, and I won't have to buy as much of it, especially knowing that I may drop another size or two, or three. Who knows? By the time we finish up in 6 months, post surgery there. So yeah, that's non-scale victories. Great. Clothes are all big now, but that's I guess not a victory for my wallet or our household finances there. So we'll take the good with the bad though. As far as other things going on, not a whole lot. So this weekend we have a walk. It's a diabetes walk that we've done for the last year or so. I think this is our second year that we're doing it. That's in a major city. So we'll go. I don't think it might be a 5K. I'm not really worried about it. It's just walking at this point, and that's not really a problem. So we'll go do the whole walk, and there's like a big party afterwards where people kind of sit around and we talk and things like that. So got that Saturday morning. I think there's a birthday party this weekend. At this point, I'm just not really sweating it. As you go through more of these events, you kind of learn how to eat, how to deal with people eating things and stuff like that. So I've kind of developed the skills now to where I can pick out the stuff that I want and get rid of the stuff I don't need. I'll have my vitamins on me. A good thing about these walks, there's always plenty of water around, so we'll have plenty of fluids to get in. And that's really the biggest thing is I want to drink a couple bottles of water while I'm on my walk. That way I don't get behind on my fluids. The weekends with fluids for me can get bad because if I get up late, it kind of throws me on my routine. And then I'm chugging a bunch of water to kind of catch up to where I should be throughout the day. So routine is key, but it's a long drive. It's an hour drive to the event. So I can drink a bottle of water going down, drink a couple while I'm there, drink one coming back, and I should be on track or maybe even a little ahead once I actually get here. So. But that's it. As far as goals for the week, get my walking in. I do want to lift weights a couple times this week, so that's going to be a little bit dependent on just time in the evenings. And then, like I said, if I can get the lady to open up the fitness center to me pretty quickly, then I can actually get down and do it at work and not have to really worry about things. So, it's done. So I'll walk one day, exercise one day, walk one day, exercise one day, et cetera, et cetera. So kind of getting a couple days of lifting. I had somebody in one of the comments there, and I forgot your username, so I apologize. But I think your name is Joe, just like mine. So they were talking about doing 100 push-ups a day, and I was like, well, maybe 50 is a good starting point for me since I haven't done a push-up in a hot minute, as they say. I was reading up on training and stuff like that, and I think doing it every day is probably not as beneficial for you. So I'm going to cut it to try to do it every other day or a couple times a week. And the reason being is basically I watch a lot of fitness stuff on YouTube. I don't do a lot of fitness stuff. I don't know why I watch the fitness stuff. I guess it's kind of like, weight loss surgery patients watching Food Network. It's like, well, I can see that looks going to be pretty good, but I can't have any of it. So, but I don't know why. Maybe I just don't. But so I was watching that stuff though, and most of them say is basically if you're going to do that, your body needs time to recover. If your body doesn't have time to recover, you're not really going to gain any muscle. You're not really going to gain a whole lot of strength from doing it. And what's the point in doing it if you're not going to have a gain from it? So if it's not working towards a goal, there's not really a need for me to have it in my life there. So I'm going to try to do it every other day or every few days. And do that so that it's at least 3 times a week, maybe 4 times a week, something like that. But like I said, I think every day kind of gets into being counterproductive. The whole goal between lifting weights and doing push-ups and walking and everything else is that I'm doing cardio and or I'm doing strength training to build strength, build muscle. I don't want to fight against those two things. So we'll give our body time to recuperate in between. So, but to the guy that made the comment, if you want to do it every day, do it, buddy. I'm not going to be mad at you. Whatever helps get you through your day and through your goals, go ahead and do it. Don't take fitness advice from a fat person. That's all I could really say. Other than that, I apologize for the lighting, guys, in this video. Thank you for sticking out with me. I know it keeps kind of fading in and out doing things. Essentially, it's the time of year in my neck of the woods where when I leave for work, it's dark. By the time I get home, it's dark. So now I've lost a lot of the natural light for the video. So I'm trying to use artificial light to kind of fill the void. And it's working sometimes and it's not working other times. And I don't stay still enough for the phone to adjust, I'm sure. So, but that's just the way I am. But I appreciate you guys sticking it out and watching the video. Other than that, guys, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Appreciate it. Drop a like on there. Drop a comment. You got any questions, feel free. Drop a comment. Any of that good stuff. And just let me know. I'm here to try to help you guys, let you know what you can kind of expect watching my journey if you're thinking about having weight loss surgery, or just kind of, see where you're at as a measure towards your peers if you're already had weight loss surgery. So I will get out of here, guys. I appreciate you sticking around and watching, and I will see you next time.